I am so glad to be here. Good day to you, and I welcome you to another session of conversation. Last episode was a very good one, and the feedbacks were very encouraging. So I thought to continue in the good work. If you are live and you are joining me, I would like for you to share the link with your friends and let's gather to learn. I want to talk about something that is not very common, but it is necessary, and it happens to almost everyone, if not everyone, but almost everyone. It happens to us. Just give me a minute to tell my friends that we are ready. All right. So the last time I was here, I answered the question, why am I still single? Leave your comment if you are already on the live stream with me so that I can know who and who is following me today. All right. But today I want to answer a different question, and the question has to do with boredom in relationships. Boredom in relationships. There are many Christians that take their time to pray to God. They ask God for guidance. They ask God for direction. They listen to hundreds of sermons and teachings about making the right decision, choosing the right life partner. If you're live with me, I want to be sure that you can hear me so that we are together on the same page. If you can hear me, leave in the comment section. I can hear you. All right. Once I see your comment, then I will commence my conversation. Okay, thank you. You're welcome to this stream. You're welcome. Good to have you here. So they've taken their time to pray and to ask the Lord as to who to choose, who to marry, who to say yes to, who to settle for. But unfortunately, when they have made the right decision to enter the relationship and are now in courtship, after a while, they begin to notice that something different from what they were expecting is beginning to happen. And what is that? Boredom. The typical Christian relationship goes like something like this. The conversation. Good morning, dear. Good morning, love. How are you today? I'm fine. And you? I'm great. What are you going to do today? Oh, I will wash my clothes. I will see a movie. I'll read my Bible. And then that's about it. Oh, okay. What about you? I'll go for lectures, and then I'll submit my project topic. And then after that, silence. Nothing else to say. And then later in the evening, how was your day? Oh, thank God. Okay, good night. Good night. After a while, you begin to question, did I really hear God well? Is this the right relationship? Because the things people post online, everybody's smiling and happy. There are activities going on. Everybody's feeling good. Why is our relationship boring? Because somebody asked a question. Let me read the question to you. I have heard a lot of people say that in a relationship, and by the way, if you did not listen to Why Am I Still Single, you need to go and listen to it. It's almost 400 views, and it's a blessing to many. I've heard a lot of people say that in a relationship, there are times when things get boring or quiet moments when both parties don't have anything to say to each other. And that is very true. It happens. It is not all the time that you would have things to. By the time I enter into this teaching, you will see. If you think that you must always have something to say, and that the day you are not having something to say is like the relationship is no more making sense, is because you had a wrong idea of what should happen in a relationship. But I've also heard others say that I don't get bored with my partner. We always have things to talk about. I've heard this from pastors and other people who say they always have something to discuss. So in my mind, I'm comparing these perspectives. There are people who believe it is normal to have quiet or boring moments when you might not even talk for a whole day, while others seem to always have something to say. My question is it actually normal to talk about when there is nothing to talk about? Is it normal to have moments when there is nothing to talk about, where things feel a bit boring? And at those times when there is no conversation, I notice that this person or this my fiance goes to talk to someone else and is having interesting conversation with other people except me. What do I do? When the relationship starts, you have butterflies in your belly. Sometimes it happens for a few days, sometimes for a few weeks, sometimes for a few months. And the rapport seems to be amazing. In fact, welcome from Indonesia. Now, the rapport seems to be very amazing that you begin to wonder. And if you've ever been in a relationship or you are in one, as I'm saying these things, try to be x-raying it. All our experiences will not be the same, but some things are patterns. Do you see that? Now, you begin to say things like, the synergy is so much. It's as though we have known ourselves before we ever met ourselves, right? The connection is so real. I never thought somebody could, believe the same things I believe and just have this same perspective. I've been looking for people to understand me, but here you are. You are the right one for me. Then after a few weeks, after a few months, the rapport begins to dwindle. And it's almost as though there is nothing left or nothing else to say. Now let's find out what to do and how it will be of help to you. You see, love, and I would like my friends in the comment section, as our custom is in this community, all right, leave points as you begin to learn them. And if you've not shared this link with your friend, it's a good time to do that because we're about to take a flight. You see, love is not first a feeling. Love is not just an emotion. Love is a commitment to another person. Love is a commitment towards the well-being, towards the success, towards the progress, towards the achievement of another. That means that the relationship about to enter into or that you are in is not just about you. It's not just about how you feel. You are not the referee of that relationship. Love is a choice. Love is commitment. So emotions must be backed with commitment. Even in marriage, boredom can exist. You will need to intentionally spice things up. So the relationship is about us, not me, not my preference, not just what I like. Those things are important because you're first a person before you now enter into a relationship. And I would like to also say that your happiness in a relationship is your choice, is your decision. The design of God for relationship is not first that the partner makes you happy, it's that you are happy. It is happy people that should enter into relationships, that you don't need the validation of your partner to be happy. You are first happy with yourself. If you cannot live with yourself, if you cannot be happy with yourself, nobody else can make you happy. The boredom of singleness will be brought into the relationship. That's what often happens at times. So you don't have to be, and this will be the third point, because I want to build it line upon line today. It's so good to have you here. I'm seeing you guys. You see, you don't have to be in a relationship to be happy. You can be happy without a relationship. By that, I'm talking about marital relationship, all right, and courtship. You don't have to be in a relationship to be happy. You should be happy before you enter a relationship. Now, if I don't have to be happy before I enter a relationship, I was happy before I entered the relationship. But now I'm in the relationship. What next? Because I'm not happy. Now you now want to begin to check what are the things that could have led, all right, to the boredom. What are the things that has led to the lack of interest? What are the things that have killed sort of the excitement in the relationship? You want to find out. Some say, I want to propose to a lady, and the brother comes and say, Adasa, just using Adasa as an example. Adasa, I know that you would make me happy in life. That's why I want to enter a relationship with you. Don't enter into such a relationship, because what would happen is that the young man will drain you of the reserve of energy and joy and happiness that you have. The person becomes a parasite, sort of. You see that? You are the host and the person is the parasite. That's not what should happen. Both of you should bring energy into the relationship. It should be energy for energy. All right? Now, here is another point. You must learn to avoid two extremes. I've noticed this in relationships. There are two extremes. And I would use myself as a practical example, and my wife too. When we were courting, one of the things I noticed is that on my own end, the extreme is, as much as I'm a very good conversationalist, I like to communicate. But when I entered the relationship, it was as though something came over me. I didn't really want to be talking much after a while. And if you know me, I'm like an ambivert. I can be an introvert now, and I can be an extrovert tomorrow. I can be very outspoken and outgoing and playful. And when I'm in my study, I may not talk to you for a day, and I'm okay and I'm happy, and there's nothing wrong with me. And some of you are like that. Sometimes you just want to be left alone. You just don't want to talk. Now we're going to get there. So what are the two extremes I see in relationships, even among Christians? Over communication is one. Someone said, talk cannot be too much. It can be too much. There is nothing under the sun that can't be done too much. Do you know? Yes, talking can be too much. And even the Bible says that in the multitude of words, there lieth sin. There's a way you talk too much, and then the things you that ought to be an abomination, you start saying it. Or you start saying rubbish. I'm telling you. So over communication is an extreme, where this is common with ladies. Permit me to be biased here, but it's a sincere bias. Some men are like that, depending on their temperament. Some are very dominant and they want to be in charge and all that. I understand that. But it's common among ladies. If the lady seems to be the one that really likes the young man, she will be the one to be calling, sending message, happy new week message, happy afternoon message, happy closing hour message, happy hour message, prayer message, daily devotional, weekly reflection, quarterly deliverance, all kinds of things. She's just trying to let him know, you are in my mind, you are in my thoughts. But after a while, you see, obsession, after a while, comes across to the opposite sex as desperation. Write that down. Obsession can come across as what? Desperation. So when she's always the one bombarding you, once you hear the sound of the phone, you know she's the one calling, and you're always right. After a while, the young lady, wonderful lady, who is being sincere but not maybe properly informed, now comes across as desperate. And one thing with young men is that if a lady is desperate, two things. They can either take advantage of the lady's desperation, especially if they are ungodly men, all right, to take advantage of her, sexually. Or number two, they will use her desperation as a platform to begin to take things from her. Or number three, they can resist They can feel irritated by that action and feel she's rushing things too much, whereas she's just being herself, thinking that's how it should be. Are you learning? Let me know if you're learning in the comment section. Let me know if you're catching something. Very important. The first extreme is over communication. You are always there saying something, always calling, always sending message. Everybody around you wants this. It's good, but if you do not add self-control, after a while, it will lead to boredom. You know why? Because when you begin to call over and over, after a while, the person's phone is now busy. You won't know when you start thinking, who is he talking to, right? Who is he talking to? I've called him 3 times, he's still lying. Who is he talking to? Whereas he's talking to his father, he's talking to his mother, or he's talking to his friends, or he's responding to a conversation. You say no, because I'm expecting that once I call him, he must speak even if he's in the middle, he must speak. At first ringing, he must speak. Now, you're already becoming domineering. Now, he's already gradually becoming unhealthy. You may not see it like that, but that is how it is. You know, sometimes you need an outsider to tell you, you see that the extremes that you're already in. Let me give you the second extreme. Thank you for the feedback. Let me give you the second extreme. The second extreme is under communication. So on one hand, you can overdo it. And on the other hand, you can under communicate. Now, what do I mean by this? Because I'm going to expand the subject of communication in relationship. What do I mean by under communicating? In a whole week, in 2-3 days, you never call, you never send a message, but you assume that even if you don't talk for a week, the relationship is still fine. As long as the other person is calling, it's fine. I don't have to be the one initiating. Let that one be initiating, I'll be responding. No, that's not right. Because you can begin to gradually make the other party feel insecure if care is not taken. And now the person feels, oh, I didn't call today. Hope you will not be offended. No, you are in a relationship and you are not the class captain of the relationship. See, one of the things that can make your relationship work is to keep your ego aside. Once you have this ego thing, and then you're always expecting that in the relationship you should be worshipped, it will not go well. It will be boring. It will be frustrating. I can assure you. So one extreme is what? Over communication. Another extreme is what? Under communication. Imagine in one day you discuss everything about your family, about your in-laws, about your family, about your ancestors, about your church, about your friends. You discuss it in one day. WhatsApp call, you'll be seeing 15 minutes. I don't know if they do 1 hour, 6 hours. What are we talking about? Nothing wrong with long conversations, but it cannot be all the time. Sometimes 3 minutes, 5 minutes is okay. Don't now say, yesterday, this relationship is not getting better. It should go from glory to glory. Yesterday, we called. It was 18 minutes. Today, we are doing 6 minutes. No, it's not working. This relationship, it can't work. No. You don't need to be keeping record of sort. We did 18 minutes yesterday. Today, we did 3 minutes. It's not healthy. No. It is you that is already missing the point. Communication is not just in the volume of the words. It's in the connection that is built. Should I say that again? Communication is not about what? The volume of the words. It's about what? The connection that is built. Are you getting it? Communication is not about the volume of the words. It is about the connection that is built. Now, let's go to something else. And here I want to really touch on the matter of communication. What you say in a relationship, in your conversations, really matters. There are things you say that fuels the relationship. There are things you say that strengthens the bond. And there are things you say that kill the relationship. There are things you say that instead of nurturing it, begins to choke it. I'm telling you. Some use swear words a lot. And for them, in your conversation, if you've not said, you are this, you are not this, you are not this, to them, there is no fun. Listen, you can have fun without introducing curse words and swear words. You can have fun without abusing each other. You can have fun without, always looking for the negative thing in the person. There are better ways to have fun than going the route of foolish words and careless words. So what you say matters. Let's give an example. So somebody, I'm calling my wife, let's say my fiance now, and I'm calling her. Hello, good morning. How are you doing today? And then now look at what he said. Hello, good morning. How are you doing today? And the response is fine. Notice the energy does not match. Is that correct? Should I do that again? Hello, good morning. Okay, no, of course. Hello, don't sound like a salesman. But and I know some of you do it. You talk to a lady, young man, while lying down on the bed. Now, that's the easiest way for the spirit of lust to begin to attack you. Small. You won't know. Somebody say, please don't be too religious. I'm telling you. See, I courted my wife for 5 years. I'm not advising you to court for 5 years. So I know the in and out of this thing. Then, and notice, when you are lying down, your voice tone changes. You really are lying down and say, good morning, dear, is a lie. It's like, good morning. How are you? How are you today? And the lady too that was sitting on her chair before, energy must match. And then she just goes to lie and say, I'm fine, thank you. I'm telling you. And then gradually, after a while, both of you are whispering. It's dangerous. Don't arouse yourself unnecessarily. And be wise, be smart. Energy must match energy. But now I'm talking about the content of the words. What you say matters. Oh, how's your day going? Well, this is an evil day. This is an evil day. The enemy is really raging. Is that how the day is going? Today is quite tough. I've been on queue for some time, but I hope it gets. Listen, even if it is a negative situation, all right, that is happening, find a way to still be positive. End it with something positive. Okay, but I believe things will get better. Oh, I believe it will be a great day, and the person too will confirm and say yes, I believe it will be a great day. But not see, I'm even tired of this country, Nigeria. My uncle told me last year to travel. I said I will not travel out. See the mess I now put myself in. So is it his fault that he called you in the morning? I don't even want to talk. I don't even want to talk to anybody. Now the young man cuts the call and begin to think, so I'm anybody. So me, I'm anybody now. And then for 2 weeks again, fight, unnecessary fight. So you didn't call me, I didn't call. Why? I'm anybody. Are you anybody? Does it matter? How can you talk to me? So what you say matters. Number 2, how you say it matters. How are you doing? I don't know. Are you free for a conversation? There's something I want to run through you. I just want to bounce it off you and see what it. Now, see the way the person presented it, and then you pick the call and say, I don't care what you want to say. I'm not in the mood for any. I don't want to. Maybe another time. Now, the person may be forced to ask. So a humorous person like me, I may be forced to ask, did somebody die? I say, you have even worsened matters. What do you mean? So you are praying for the death of my family. Okay. Now, all those things are childish. How can you? Now, everybody starts speaking. You know why? It's a transfer of aggression. So what you say matters. How you say it matters. How about, I want to bounce off an idea, and I just want you to think about it, and let's rub minds. And then I say, I'll be so glad to do that. But at the moment, I'm actually very, very tired. I mean, if you can hear my voice, I'm quite tired. I mean, the day was quite hectic. I've not even eaten, but I don't know. How about tomorrow, if you don't mind? Tomorrow, or you drop a voice note, don't worry. When I'm able to listen to it, I will listen, and you can be sure that I will give you a better feedback tomorrow. Now, you know what the lady will say? Some ladies that are really, really the emotional type will say, okay, I'll shall drop it, and then at least it's still better than, please, I don't want to hear anything for now. I will talk to you later. Bye. The lady may not sleep and say, hey, see this, look at this brother. He was kneeling down, no. He said he wants me in his maybe he already even asked. He posted one lady's picture on WhatsApp. Maybe he even called that dear. Maybe only God knows. Let me even post something on my status. All these young men entering relationship and then talking to another, thunder fire you, and then the young man sits down and the guy says, what are we doing? Nobody wants to marry an immature person. Learn to put, you see, you may be eager, you really want to talk, and the person is not in that mood. You know what you do? Calm down. The person has communicated to you, even by the voice tone. Is that correct? By the voice tone that, oh, he's tired. And sometimes, listen, even in a conversation, I hope I'm helping you. Even in a conversation, like this video, share it with your friends. Even in a conversation, sometimes I don't need to say something before you hear it. Do you know? There's a level of rapport you have based on the constancy, how you come across oftentimes. There's a way I will now talk, you will know something is not right. Do you know? Sometimes in chat, there's a way you greet me. Even some of my mentees know. There's a way you greet me, and there's the energy. I mean, oh, how you doing? Oh, great days. Oh, this, that. And there are sometimes you just say, I'm good. So you write one paragraph, I just write one line. You know, sir, can I call you? Okay, call. I'm just tired. It's been a very stressful day, but I just needed to respond to that. You see that? Simple. Some of us assume a lot in relationships, and that is one of the reasons why it becomes boring. You're assuming maybe he doesn't really like me anymore. Maybe he's even tired of me, whereas he's just tired because he's experiencing fatigue from a long day or a long week of stress and lack of money. You know, there's a way money affects the emotions. Oh, you don't know. It's in the, I wanted to say it's in the Guinness Book of World Records, but it's not there. So what you say matters, right? How you say it matters. Let me give you one more. When you say it matters. When you say it matters. There are some things you should not bring up at during certain conversations. For example, a young man has issues with his father, and he has seen you as his confidant, so he's pouring his heart to you. And the next thing you can say is, I just hope this is not the kind of father you are going to be to my children. You are not ready to marry. Maybe we should add that to why. That's why you are still single. That's the wrong word. That's the wrong phrase. That's the wrong sentence. The young man is opening his heart to you, telling you things. Rather than bring wisdom and help to, calm him down, you just added fuel to the fire. Don't do that. So what you say, right? Give me number 2. How you say it. And what's number 3? When you say it. Timing matters. Timing matters. Let's continue. You see, there are people who say things like, our relationship is boring because it's my temperament. There is nothing like a boring temperament, actually. It's only a boring person you can have. Listen, you can be a reserved person and still be fun being with. You don't have to be all the talky type. No. You can be the calm person like me, right? And you're not boring. If you keep making excuses as to that the reason for your bad attitude in the relationship and the reason why you're not bringing energy into the relationship is because that's how you are, the relationship will not get better. The boredom may even eventually lead to, a separation, a breakup. So what do? You may be the quiet type, but please, at intervals, talk. Come out of your shell, and talk. Because if you don't talk, there will be no openness encouraged. And if there is no communication, there is no openness. And if there is no openness, then there is no honesty. Are you learning? If there is no openness, there is no honesty. Are you learning now? Very important. So communication allows for mutual understanding. Communication allows for what? Mutual understanding. Now, somebody may say, sir, okay, I even want to communicate. I want to talk. What do I do? What should I share? What should we talk about? One of the things I advise is that you must be given to self-development, or what we call personal development. You should have goals. Is that correct? Things you are pursuing, things you want to achieve with your life. Now, in the communication, in the conversations you are having, you should be willing to share how your day is going. That's general. You should be willing to share what you are learning. In most relationships, what people just want to talk about is how I am feeling. They don't want to talk about what I am learning. All right? How I am getting better. They just want to talk about how I'm feeling. That does not help you. Talk about what you're learning. Talk about your current findings. Of course, it's okay to share your feelings, but you must be careful how you also share those feelings. Talk about the activities. Talk about your visions. Talk about your ambitions. Talk about your goals. Talk about the projects you are working on. Sometimes talk about books that you are reading. Read books together. Have your separate copies or online or something. Read it. Do reviews. Discuss issues. Discuss politics. Discuss trends. Discuss the things that interest the both of you. Imagine a young man comes to a lady. You are in a relationship with her, and all you are saying is, do you know that Ronaldo won? I think there was one fight some days ago. Mike Tyson and is it Jake Paul now? Yes, Jake Paul. See, I'm current, and I'm current for you guys. I don't watch none of those things. But you know what? Some said it was staged. Some said, it was for the $20 million. I don't even really want to know. They fought. It was a serious match. Netflix was even having issues with their servers because, all right, there was a lot of engagement. Now, you're talking to a lady that knows nothing about super sports, ESPN. You are saying, do you know I'm a PSV fan? I'm a PSG fan. La Liga. She doesn't say all that is not her business. Whereas she's focused on the vloggers and the fashion vloggers. And then in the conversation for 30 minutes, you are saying, if you see the way Messi dribbled Ronaldo, he dribbled, and he's a goal. And then after the whole 30 minutes, then the lady says, okay, and maybe she even just does, she sighs and says, I'm tired. Good night, I'm tired. And then you start feeling bad. Are you dozing already? How can you be dozing? I thought we said this relationship. No. Find out what you share in common that interests the both of you. Build on that. Now, as the rapport begins to build, there is a way relationship influences you, your preferences, so that after a while, you want to say, okay, let me even see what really. Oh, that's how. But listen, for example, my wife didn't really like dogs, but there was a way I kept. Later, she now started liking dogs. Now we have dogs. Sometimes I don't even have time to feed them. I've done my own. She will take care of them. I'll say thank you. So sometimes it's gradual. All right, it's gradual. Don't force your preferences on the other person. Don't do that. And let me say this: your relationship will be boring if you are not mature enough to receive constructive criticism and feedback. Some people don't like to be criticized at all. Some people don't like to be giving feedbacks at all. It does not matter how it comes across, so long it is contrary to what they want and what they believe. They feel the other party now is an arrow sent from the kingdom of darkness against their happiness. No. It's okay even to disagree. There are people that say in relationship we never disagree. We have the Holy Ghost. It is true. But even the apostles disagreed. The early church disagreed. Paul and Barnabas disagreed. You too can disagree, but the disagreement should not now lead to breakup. You see that? Unless you guys are not doing God's will in the relationship, that's where we now have issues. Are you learning now? So it's okay to sharpen one another. If you go on an ego trip, then you would have issues, because now it will be about what you want. And so rather than she critiquing you, she's afraid. She can't even say, oh, but there's a better way. She feels if she says that, it will sting your ego. But is it not better? Your ego is strong, relationship gets better, the bond gets stronger, and you are even able to do better things because you have somebody that can critique you, that can see from another lens, not just from your lens. Agreement does not mean that we must agree on the same thing. Sometimes the way she's seeing it may be better than the way you are seeing it. And as a young man, it's okay to humble yourself and say, you are right, me, I'm not totally right. Most young men hate to say I'm sorry, and that's why some of them don't have good relationships, and some may not even have good marriages. Learn to say sorry. Learn to say I was wrong. Listen, it's okay to be wrong. It's okay to be wrong. I know you're a man of God and you're a man of fire. It's okay to be wrong. All right? Now, some are so good at hiding what they really ought to say in conversations, so that it gets to a point where in the end they lose the art of openness and honesty. Why? They are masters at hiding their feelings, their thoughts, and all you just hear is it's okay, yes, yes, it's correct, oh yeah, it's great, whereas they will still go and tell another friend that thing is rubbish. Then later, when he now messes up, they will now say, I knew you will mess up, but I was afraid to tell you. Young, he's saying I'm back, but you confirm from your end. Are we back now? I think we're back. Okay. Okay, thank you. Now give me feedbacks. Are you learning something? Joy, give me feedback. Korede, give me feedback. Israel, give me feedback. Tito, give me feedback. Anu, give me feedback. Adasa, give me feedback. Samuel, give me feedback. Precious, give me feedback. Let me see. Are you learning something? Is it making sense? Because I noticed that this matter of boredom is rare to see people really address it. It's often about choosing the right person. You rarely hear things around these matters, but it's important. Huh? What's that? Okay, is that what he's saying? But I think it's clear now. It's clear here. Look at it. It's clear here. Yes, I'm seeing it. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the feedbacks. Okay, we're good. We're good. Let me continue then. So, you see, conversation is like tennis. It's like, I don't know if you know tennis, table tennis. In table tennis, you serve the ball, right? The other party also plays. So it's give and take, all right? That's how relationship is. That's how conversation is. You take turns. And this one is important. Most relationships are boring because it is only one party that does all the talking. Have you noticed it? Do you know it happens? Where the young man keeps talking and talking and talking, and the woman is silent. Or the young lady talks and talks and says, yes, men, you have 2 years because you should listen. No, don't take it to the extreme. Both of us should be able to talk, right? That's what we call rapport. You are sharing, I am listening, and I am responding, and you are listening. We should know when, all right, to calm down and let the other person talk. That's, in fact, in a minute or 2 or 3, you should be able to allow the person share. Let's be talking. Let it be mutual conversation. 2 adults are talking. Not that you just say, please wait, you remain small. You cannot imagine. Let me be done. By the time I'm done, you will, wait. Then 32 minutes, 46 minutes, 59 minutes. After a while, the person says, see, I'm going. I'm not doing it again. Now, of course, you shouldn't do that. But I hope you get the idea. Anytime it gets to a point where it is only one party doing the talking and only one party doing the listening, there will be a disconnect from within. Although the communication seems to be increasing, the word seems to be increasing, but the connection is reducing. The bond is getting weaker. The viscosity is getting weaker rather than thicker. Are you catching it? So your partner is not a dumping ground for garbage that goes on in your day, or else it will become overwhelming. When the only thing you can tell your partner is how bad things are going and how terrible the day went, but there is nothing uplifting apart from that. You see that? Now let me tell you a mistake I made. You know, I told you this is Emmanuel from the UK. One of my disciples said that he likes these particular live streams I've been doing these days, these types, with my bucket hat. All right, I didn't even know the name was bucket hat. Just told me that it's bucket hat. Now he said I'm coming across like Uncle Olanrewaju now, not that just pastor. Because on the normal day I would have given you 80 scriptures. Are you playing? Are you playing? It doesn't mean it's not scripture, you know, but it's kingdom dimension. Are you understanding? What we are saying is not contradicting, all right, morality and righteousness. Do you understand it? Now, however, you see, one mistake I made. Do you want to hear my story? One mistake I made is that when we got married, you know, I mentioned 2 mistakes: over communication and under communication. One of the mistakes I made was that, you see my study, when we got married, only my wife and I in the house, in our big house, only my wife and I. And guess what I would do? I would just come, shut the door of my study, lock it with key. In the morning, you know, speak in tongues. I mount up with wings as the eagles. I rise like an edifice. I build capacity for days to come. The hand of God is upon me. That 1 hour, 2 hours, then I'll calm down. Then I'll start studying books, theological materials, research here and there. We're going to the nations. Glory to God. I'm opening and flipping the pages. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. I'm even hear a knock. Honey, food is ready. And I may say, no, she may say, honey, rather than say, oh, sweetheart. I'll just say, or yes, food is ready. I say, okay. I say, So I say yes, but I don't want to be distracted. I'm in the middle. I'm cooking some. There's a downloader. Then I continue again. Then she's quiet there, right? Oh, my wife, I love you. That woman try. Then she'll be in the living room just there with her phone, just watching something. She may even increase the volume. It may even be something funny. And she may say, and I may be like, madam, please, the voice. I'm processing. These are kingdom realities here. We are talking eternal things. And I'm the type that does not really like movies. But now I see movies, at least I try. But then movies. In the whole year, movie. What are they? Move what? We are talking moving mountains. You are talking movie. Are you move, my friend? Are you following? That's how I was. I know you people saw me as angel. I'm telling you the mistake I made. Don't make my mistake. After a while, I started noticing. Then when we now get to the bedroom, you know, I have spent myself in the study. I've done like 8 hours in the study, and then I will just get to the room. Dear, great day. And then she will lie down. I will just maybe start snoring. I don't know what I do honestly. I don't know. But she said that I snore sometimes. In case you want to marry a man of God, sometimes. Do you know? And I will doze off. That's it. Then the next morning again, we'll do devotion. Or sometimes she goes to work. and by the time she returns, she will leave me in the study. I'll be in the study to the nations. I'll be in my study. She will come back and meet me in the study. She will rest, wait, cook, do this. She will meet me in the study. If possible, sometimes I'll bring you to the study. Let's just be here. Let's just this. I'll say, do you know that the etymology of, I don't know if you saw that word pleroma. You see, the word pleroma and the word onoma means fullness and name. Onoma is name. Hey, she's just looking at me. So what am I saying? That's an extreme. Later I found out, if I continue like this, maybe one day one brother will just be chatting my wife on WhatsApp. God forbid. So I came. They said, there's movie, we'll watch movie. Even though when I first started seeing movies, I will sleep off. After 10 minutes, I said, it's not my gift. He said, try. After a while, I said, and me, I forget movies easily because I don't take those things to heart. She can say, do you remember Kelvin? Do you see what Kelvin did to Cynthia? I say, She said, what did he do? I said, Kelvin now. What did he do? What did he do? I said, they say, okay, but you watch it. She be I'm not. I say, I'm here. After a while, I will not even be the one to tell her, they just released another episode, just us girls. Okay, let's see. You see that? Now I am not imposing theology on her. I say we must go study 8 hours. No. And she's not imposing the movie on me. All right? We're learning. If you have something to say to me, send it to me. If it concerns me, tell me now. Tell me, what's it? No, if it's good for my teaching, tell me now. Okay. Now, are you learning? So you don't need to go to the extreme. And this is how I am. I don't talk. When I wake up in the morning, I don't talk to anybody. I don't. Listen, when you enter a relationship, you will need to learn to be flexible, to adjust. Even as couples, I still adjust. And she adjusts. All right, now we are getting into more serious things. Are you learning? Am I blessing you? Now let's continue. Another thing that can help your relationship not to be boring is learn to introduce fun things. Learn to introduce exciting things. Everything cannot be Bible study and prayer. Thank you. Everything cannot be tongues and interpretation. Everything cannot be prophecy and word of knowledge. Everything cannot be street evangelism, hospital evangelism, orphanage evangelism. All those things are nice and lovely, but there are times when both of you can visit an amusement park. You can even see good movies together, right? You can go on a book date. Yes, to go and read. See how Pastor Larry has come. That's it. There are other things you can do. Many nice things you can do. Sometimes you can even go on a long walk, not inside the bush. Long walk. Just having fun, discussing. See, sometimes you don't need to have an agenda for the meeting. You get, like you do Exco's meeting. What is the agenda for the meeting? No. Sometimes as you are moving, right, what happens? You just begin to, issues will just come up. Something can just happen, like, and then you can pick your brains. Things that you would never have discussed if you sat down officially to discuss it. And then you begin to see the person's perspective concerning that. Oh, really? Wow, is that how it is? Oh, this is how I process this. Oh, no, but this is how I'm seeing it. And then both of you get wiser by your friendships and your conversations. Do something different to spice things up. Do something different to spice things up. Learn to play together. Now be careful of the play. All right? There are some plays that are not playing. Are you here? Some plays are not nice. Grabbing a lady from behind when you are not yet married is not healthy. It's dangerous. Some will be working with ladies, and I've seen that happen a lot. And they'll put their hand on their shoulder. And you know the way a lady is designed. Is that true? You know, I told this Uncle Larry, I will be practical, right? And you know what they do? And then the hand is, are you following me? It is, and they are still laughing. Now the girl knows she's feeling something. After 8 in the evening, the hand is still there. What is your hand doing there? Should we say that fire should? And you too, you're a brother. No, it's not necessary. Remove your hand. Are you seeing that? In fact, a disciplined lady will tell you, what's that? Remove your hand. Oh yes, most ladies don't have conviction. They feel, what if he now gets angry and says he's not doing again? Let him not do again now. You must maintain biblical standards. Don't, in the name of I want to keep our relationship, begin to offend God. Take your hand away. Somebody type in the comment section. Take it away. Whatever doesn't look like you, that is resting on me, take it away. Take the hand away. It's not healthy. Some say, okay, let's just hug. At least the Bible supports hugging. The Bible permits hugging, but it should not be too long. 3 minutes is not too long. What is the 5 minutes? Say, after a while there's silence. Are you following me? Then the lady wants to leave. The man is saying, no, a little more. No, something that is being introduced that was not part of the picture. Are you following me? So it's not necessary. Do fun things, but fun within the confines of morality and purity. All right. Now, another thing that would help your relationship, that would help you overcome boredom, all right, is take time to be yourself. And I would explain that. Some people are now using relationship as the antidote for their inferiority complex, but it is just a placebo. A placebo does not really cure the situation. It gives you that feeling of like, unfamiliar, but it's not, it's water. So take time to be yourself. What do I mean? Enjoy your own company. Enjoy your own company. When you enjoy your company and you take time to be yourself and to be with yourself, what happens is that it allows you to process your thoughts independently. It allows you to relax. You know, in spiritual disciplines, our series on spiritual disciplines here, there is one that is called the discipline of solitude. Sometimes you need, let me tell you, every good relationship at some point needs space. And it's not that you are fighting. Yes, and it is healthy sometimes to just have some space. It doesn't, listen, you don't need to fight to need space. As if people say, once we need space, that means there's fight. No. Sometimes you just want to be alone for some time. And it's okay. But you must allow the person understand that that's just how you are. You just want to, relax and be with yourself. It brings freshness. Go and check it. Anytime you sleep and you rest well, when you wake up, what happens? You feel fresh, right? You feel light. You have more energy. Even in your emotional bank, there is more, there is more energy. Not that you spend yourself and then everything becomes tired and boring and you're frustrated and you don't even know why you are angry and you are easily irritated. It's because you have not spent some time to refresh and relax. Another thing being with yourself does is that it helps you to maintain that sense of identity. It helps to maintain that sense of identity. This korikosun relationship, after a while, it becomes toxic. I'm telling you, it becomes toxic. Enjoy your own company. Why do you say that? It is possible to overdo calls. It is possible to overdo chatting. It's possible. After a while, it becomes obsession. And I've told you that obsession often reveals desperation, right? And immaturity. Think about it. Obsession often reveals what? Desperation and immaturity. So you see some ladies, if they don't talk to you for a day, they can almost start feeling depressed. No, that's extreme. That's extreme. Some don't even want to know the reason why you didn't pick the call or why your phone was off. They're already angry. No. All right. Now look at this one. This one is very good. Okay, talk to me. No. Raise it. Don't worry.
I wanted to talk about how about we talk about play together.
Okay, have fun, yeah.
Yes. I wanted to say how about I actually asked this question.
Okay.
They say ladies are very sensitive. to know manhandle. So how about people that don't know?
Okay.
For an extent, their own play is actually manhandling.
Malhandling the lady. Very good question. Please put it in the comment section. So the question Titobi is asking me here in the study is that it is possible that how about ladies, for example, who are very sensitive physically, all right, extremely sensitive to touch, and the young man is just playing and he does not even know that he's already like malhandling, or the person is interpreting it as malhandling her. You know, you see that. Now, what do? That is why communication is important. And I told you there are verbal and non-verbal communication. There is a way you speak to me, there is a way you touch me, and there's a way I respond. For example, there are some people that hate being tickled. I don't even know why a young man should be tickling a lady. You are not yet married to her. I don't get. You don't get. It's not necessary. You are triggering. It's not good. It's not too good. Some even put the hand almost under the armpit. What's that? I mean, that's not. Some will be touching the lady's neck. No. Don't say, oh, what's your, you've read Gary Chapman, 5 Love Languages. And then they said, what's your love language? And you say, my own is touch. And then because you told, now, it's not even advisable to tell the young, if yours is touch, it's better to tell the person, I really don't like being touched too much. I'm single. Maybe when I get married, it's better than saying my own is touch. And then the young man comes. Since he knows your own is touch, even if he's offending you and hurting you, he knows if only I can but touch. Then that's manipulation. There's a way you talk. Some ladies even handshake. Some ladies don't like. Most you want to talk handshake, they feel. That's why sometimes it is better to allow a lady, all right, stretch her hands to shake you, than for you already say, hey, and the ladies, she's almost cringing inside, like, what's this? I don't want to give. But you are like, oh, no, if she doesn't like it, stop it. Okay? And because you see, ladies, the way they are designed, if we design wonderfully, if you are not careful, you can begin to steer lust in that, innocent and precious lady, such that after a while, it's as if she cannot do without your touch. And that's also risky. It becomes addictive. They say, yeah, come to daddy. Come to daddy. Come to daddy. Bro, you are not yet daddy. When you become daddy, say, come to daddy. So it's risky. It's risky. All right. Define the boundaries. Do you get it? When you define the boundaries, you know what extent to do, all right, to play, and then to just, and then in fact, physical touch must not be too much, right? Especially you are in the courtship, and physical touch should not be too much. It's risky. It's risky. You must learn to keep your body under subjection. I will learn. Now, let me continue on what I was talking about. You must learn to have other friends and personal hobbies and goals. Everything about your life cannot be tied to your fiancé and your fiancé. No, it can't be. Have personal goals. Have things you're pursuing with your life. Have other friends. Their only friend is the person they are in a relationship with. And once, if that person ever leaves their life, they are devastated and they are waiting for the next person that will now be their friend. That's why I told you in Why Am I Still Single? Be wary of females that have no female friend and you are their only male friend. Or you are one of their male friends, but they have no female friends. Be wary of young men that have no male friends and you are their female friend. It's risky. You should have friends of your own gender. You should be able to sustain relationships. That's the way we know you are healthy, even psychologically. Are you hearing me? Never feel guilty about spending some time for yourself. Don't be coerced into that idea that our relationship is so great, so we don't need you to be doing any other thing, just me and you. Nothing else is happening apart from our relationship. No, you need your own space at times, and space can bring refreshing, so that by the time we get to meet again and have conversations, it's nicer, it's smoother, we're coming fresh. Not that my phone, my message, you have pinned the person's chat, is all about you. It's not too safe and it's not too healthy. Now that said, I'll give you another angle that will be helpful. Be interested. Now, because I have said take time to be yourself, does not now mean you should not be interested in his or her goals and aspirations and dreams. Rárá o, no, mi ò sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Be interested in his or her goals, her dreams, her aspirations. Now, let me teach you, young men, this will bless if you're following. This is for you. Ladies, this is also for you. But I think young men may benefit much more from this. Now, what I want to say is, one of the biggest ways to show interest in a lady or in a young man is to listen attentively to them with interest in what they are saying. Listen attentively to them with what? Interest in what they are saying. Oh, it is such a blessing, I can guarantee. Not that the lady has been talking, and you have turned her into a parrot or radio. Okay. And she says, that what you will say? She's already telling you you're not catching up. Rapport is not being built, although she's talking. Because listen, everyone communicates, but few connect. That was the title of John Maxwell's book. I read it about 11 years ago. Everyone communicates, few connect. We must move from just communication to what? Connection. And one of the ways to be connection is what? Listening with interest. A desire to understand. Sometimes, depending on the conversation, with empathy. Do you see that? For example, if I'm saying, and my dad and my mom, and you're like, oh, really? Oh, you mean that? Oh, dad, wow. Okay. Oh, sorry, if I get you right, do you mean, now what are you doing? The person say, yes, now, exactly, not, okay, dad, okay, mommy, okay, my sibling, okay, grandfather, okay. Are you really listening? Say, I'm listening, no. And then if it is a physical, all right, interaction you're having, all right, you're not just listening with your ears. You know what you are doing? You are listening with your eyes. You're looking out for cues. You are giving eye contact. You see, I'm an expert in this. Okay, I'm not an expert. Are you understand what I'm saying now? See, eye contact is very powerful. Now, don't overdo eye contact too. That I said do eye contact does not make one or do. No, there's a way you look. Not in a romantic, don't look romantic. Yeah? Just like paying attention. If she says something interesting or he's saying something interesting, now what should happen? It's like cybernetics now. Now, if she's saying something interesting, your eyebrow, right? Your brow should show, right? Because when you look at smileys, it would be raised. Not that she says something interesting and your face like, okay, hey, that's not interesting. No. It's like she says something that makes you angry. Not she says something that makes you angry and you are still like this. I'm so angry. It's a lie. Your face, you see, face answers to face. Your face is denying. Your face is betraying. No, your words are betraying your face. Your face is saying the truth. Are you understanding? Eat and drink, he says to you, but his heart is far from you. So be interested in his or her goals, dreams, aspirations. And I said by that, listen attentively and with interest, keen interest. I know people that like me very much because I pay attention to them when they are talking to me, both on WhatsApp and physically. You would think you are the only one in the world. And is that not beautiful? That's how it is. People like to listen. When people like people that listen to them. I think it was John C. Maxwell that said many years ago that people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And the way to show us how much you care is by what? Listening. Are you learning it now? Listening. Listening. Good. Now, when you're listening, what are you doing? Because not listening can lead to misunderstanding, misinterpretation. It can lead to boredom. When you are listening, it allows you the opportunity to empathize, to be in the person's shoes, right? And to also give constructive feedback. To say, oh, really? Okay, you said the other time that, but I'm just thinking about this. And the person is like, Oh, really? And I never thought about it. Oh, are you seeing that? That really makes sense. Are we learning? Now, that's very important. That's very important. Very important. Now, look at this. Look at this one. Still on listening, all right? But this is it. When you are listening, ask good questions. In asking questions, what you are doing is you are telling her or you are telling him that I am engaged. Do you understand? I am engaged in this conversation. I am following. Sometimes you have heard what she's saying, but you want to ask again, sorry, by this, do you mean? Now, in doing that, you are clarifying what she's trying to communicate. It really helps. It really helps. Also, one of the things the opposite sex likes is that after every conversation, now don't overdo it. Or sometimes during the conversation, you say things like, call the person's name. Larry, do you know I really enjoy talking with you? Oh, see, Titobi's head will just swell and say, ah, God. Hey, Okiki's head, okay, you know, Oki just say, oh, really? Oh, glory be to God. People like things like that. So I enjoy, but if you don't enjoy talking, don't just say I don't enjoy talking. All right, enjoy it. I like it when we talk, and you just bring perspective. I mean, you just, and the person's like, ah, you are teasing me, but the person is enjoying it too. Learn to compliment, because there is no greater compliment while having a conversation with a person like listening to the person. Listening to the person. That's a great compliment. Now, let me wrap it up with a few more things. Have you learned something today? So your relationship does not have to be boring and stay so. It can be better. This one is important. And this is another point. Understand and adjust to mood changes. Understand and adjust to what? Mood changes. You see, it was Dolly Parton that said, we cannot direct the wind, but we can adjust the sails of that wind. Our ship, all right, the rudder, we can adjust it. Some days are just different from others. Have you noticed it? Some days you wake up and it's as though you woke up with a surge of adrenaline. You are alive, you are alert, you are active, and you're just grateful to God. You're so glad. But there are certain days you're not the best of yourself. Is that true? Some days you're just like, I don't know, Jerry, today you get as it be. Now, when you are in a relationship, you must understand and adjust to mood changes. It is not every time your partner wants to laugh, wants to talk, sometimes they just want to be left alone. Appreciate that and don't make them feel bad. Do you see that? They say, okay, no. There are days where, even flowers have their own seasons, right? There are days where they bloom and seasons where they bloom, and at other days they wither, and you are like, sorry, is there an attack? It's not an attack. It's just how it is. It's a cycle. Now, we are active and reserved at various seasons of the day and in our lives. There are some seasons where we are very active, and there are some seasons we're just reserved, like we just want to be on our own. And blessed is the partner that understands this. Once you are reaching out and the person is not giving a good feedback, and the person is answering your question because you're saying, is anything wrong, or is it me? Most times we are quick to say, have I done something wrong, whereas it's not even you. Person just say, I just want to be left alone. All right, what do? Let the person know, say, I care about you. All right, I love you very much. Okay, it's fine. Whenever you're ready, all right, I'll be available to talk to you. Is that not better than don't give a place to the devil? Give no place to Satan. This is Satan wanting to destroy our conversation. No, it's just lack of wisdom. All right. For example, you must also understand body chemistry and the pattern that people have in their lives. We are different. Me, I'm a morning person. Anything from 4 a.m. till about 4 p.m. Oh, I'm very active. I can do as many things I want to do within that time frame. I can even do, last week, for example, there was a day last week, the works I will do in 1 month, I could do it in a day. Of course, it can be very stretching and very tiring. I know that days I'm like a sacrifice that day, but I don't do that every day. You see that you must schedule your life in a way that your capacity, you understand how your sugar, in your body, how it works. Some of you are more productive at night and in the evenings. There are some people, like my wife, once it is evening, after she has rested a little, anything from 7, 8, oh, my wife is extremely active. And that by that time, I am winding down. I'm already getting tired. I can leave all of you in the living room and go and sleep. It's just me. Now, somebody that does not understand will say, can you imagine? Look at this man. Me, and I want us to play. Now say he wants to go and sleep. You are not caring. Whereas it's just understanding. What do we do? Sometimes before she gets back from work, if I'm at home, what do? I quickly go and take a nap. So that, do you see, what have I done with that nap? To make up, right? For the time she will be active and say, let's play Ludo. I won't say Ludo. Ludo? No. No, I'll play the Ludo. I mean, I'll play 10 and win that 10 and say, I've won you. But it's not always the case. She wins most of the times. I don't have that patience. But sometimes I win too. Don't let anybody tell you I win. So respect each other's body rhythm. All right, the mood rhythm. Respect it. Now let me also say this, and I'm saying this because I want to help you. I want to help you. When some ladies are having their monthly cycle, they seem to be very fresh, right? And so attractive. And you know what happens? Some of them at that time, they want a man to talk. In fact, they want you to talk to them from morning till night, call them, sing for them, dance to make them happy. Can you imagine? That's what they want. And some ladies' monthly cycle, ladies, I hope I'm saying the truth too. And some ladies' monthly cycle, they don't want to hear any man's voice at all. And you dare not shake them or touch their shoulder. No, don't try it. No. You're like, but yesterday you said I'm the apple of your eye. I said, no, today you're not apple, you are cucumber. You are cucumber. Now, when you understand, some ladies during their cycle, they may be a bit grumpy. You see that? And some, maybe because of the pain they feel, they don't want any. At some times, respect that. All right? Honor them, let them know, wow, okay, the Lord is your strength. Okay, have you eaten this and that? Just find a way to pet them and go your way quietly. Don't now start saying, the Hebrew women, she will tell you if she's an Hebrew woman. That's when you will know. Another lesson here. So, what do? Don't force, all right, a conversation when you notice tiredness or dullness in your partner. Don't force the conversation. Don't say, but me, I want to talk. You have to find a way. Hey, you must talk to me. Sometimes some ladies will not even do that. They won't say it, but they will stay on the call. They will not cut. And then the young man is wondering, don't force it. Just say, okay, you want to rest, Abi? Okay, that's fine. And no problem. Tomorrow, Abi. All right, God bless you. Have a good time. Bye. Don't stay. Tomorrow. Okay. Come, cut. And then the person comes again to WhatsApp. He needs to still prostrate 30 times again. Say, please, I'm so no. And you're like, okay, no. You go and find something better do. Are you saying that? Give a kind word and then allow for that space. Let me give you another point. Be positive about yourself and each other. If you want the relationship to work, you must believe that both of you are interesting and that both of you are interested in the relationship and that both of you believe that the relationship will work. If you're already having doubts, saying things like, the way I'm looking, this relationship may not work, the tendency exists that you will have what you say. All right? So be positive about yourself. Be positive about her or him. Be positive about the relationship. Come to the relationship with encouragement. Be the one that uplifts. Because one of the things I believe is that attitude does not fall on people. You can choose your attitude. You want to write that down? Attitude is not imparted, it is cultivated. I don't say right now, those of you that need the right attitude, receive it. No, attitude is not imparted. It is what? Cultivated. Write that down. Somebody wants to type that now. Attitude is not imparted. It is what? Cultivated. Your happiness is your choice. Your happiness is your responsibility. If you notice that laughter reduces, then there may be a challenge in that relationship. If you notice in your relationship 1 month, there has been no laughter, it's not good. It's not a sign of health. All right, there should be laughter. If she's not laughing, you laugh. If he's not laughing, somebody must laugh. Laughter is very important. Okay, so smile, be fun being with, be fun being around, but don't fake it. Okay, don't fake it. Or else what would happen is that you will be getting drained and even depressed in the relationship, but you will still be smiling, and then he may later go and hear from your friend that you are actually depressed, and he will feel very bad. He will feel betrayed. Why? Because we still spoke yesterday and she said she's so happy, she's so lively. No, be real in your relationships, but be discreet. Are you learning it now? So you know why? When you share good and lovely memories in the relationship, when you appreciate life, when you appreciate each other, when you encourage each other, when you bring good humor, all of these things help to cultivate, all right, enjoyment, help to cultivate pleasure, help to kill boredom in the relationship. I'll give you the final point and then we're good for today. Don't be annoying. That's the final point. Don't be annoying. See, you can be so annoying. I don't think that's a gift of the spirit that you cannot imagine that I can be so annoying. That's not a good thing. Nagging always criticizing. Those things deflate others. It dampens it makes the person feel bored and tired. It frustrates people. Do unto others as you would be done to. That's what the Bible teaches, right? Do unto others as you will be done to. That's what the Bible teaches. So kindness, acceptance, tenderness, even when correcting each other's mistakes, helps to strengthen the bond. You use kind words. You engage courtesy. You are tender. You don't say, don't talk to me. Don't ever in your life talk to me like that. No, don't do that. You are coming across as arrogant and as oppressive when you do that. So before you say those things that you want to say, think about it. Is it good? Is it uncaring? What I want to say, is it unfair? Is it too sensitive? Is it irritating? I mean, your friends gather for his birthday and people are sharing what they know about him, and they even say give critical feedback. Now you must be careful. That they say give critical feedback does not mean you should now go and give 1 year feedback. Listen, you can correct him privately since you know him more than his friends, right? And say, I noticed this thing. It's your birthday, but at least I should tell you this. Okay, you can work on it. I believe in you. All right, I'm praying for you. I'm supporting you. Don't go before his friends and say, story. Do you know that Israel farts 80 times a day? And everybody say, hey! And those that are still trying to, and they're like, no. Don't. See, when you know people's excesses or secrets or weaknesses, although there's nobody that doesn't fart, in case everybody does that. But when you know people's excesses and extremes or challenges and personal issues or something, don't use it to mock them. It can be one of the most painful things. Never use it to mock them. Some of you are in a relationship with a slim person. You are saying, Tinri Beku. What's that? See yellow pulse, see as it be. What's that? See your ete like ete bolly. See your nose like cardboard. No, it's not good. If you notice your partner has bad breath, you can call the person and say, I noticed though. Not that he's in the car with you. I just say, no. You may that trip, you may those things are not nice. And then let me also say this. Don't transfer aggression on the innocent person. You had a bad day in school, you had a bad day at work, you are having challenges in your career, you are having a bad day in business, and then the person calls and say, see, that's what I'm saying. Some of you are not this. Hey, I don't even believe this relationship can work. He or she is not the reason for your problem. It's not. Go and fix your problem. See, mutual tolerance is key if love will grow. Mutual tolerance is key if love will grow. And I'll just leave you with maybe a few questions. When you said your relationship is boring, ask questions. What is the source of the lack of interest that you are suddenly having? Could it be that you are in a transition phase in life where there is many things that are taking an emotional toll on you, all right, a toll on your emotions, and you are thinking it's the relationship that is not working, whereas it's working fine? Or are you already engaging in unhealthy comparison? You're already comparing him. Look at him. Look at the business he's doing when his friends are selling cars. Or could it be that you are having the experience of unmet expectations? You're experiencing your expectations are not being met. And rather than talk about it, you're not talking about it. You are bottling it up. Maybe that's why the relationship is becoming boring to you. It's okay to voice your expectations. Nothing wrong with it. And if he or she is not meeting up, at least at some point talk about it. You said this thing, we've not been able to. Yes, talk about it. Or could it also be that the source of the lack of interest and the boredom is that you are already considering somebody else, even though you have not left that relationship? I think this final point is powerful. That you are already considering somebody else, but you have not told this person finally that, see, I'm not more interested. You want to check the reasons why you are considering someone else. You also want to check the reasons why you entered into this one. Really no more seeing a future together, or that one in out and you two want to travel out, or that one is like there's money, there's this. You have to check the source of those things. Is it comparison? Is it unmet and unvoiced expectations? Or are you already considering someone else? When you pay attention to these things, you can overcome boredom in your relationship. And of course, as believers, we should take everything to God in prayers, but we should take practical steps to make amends in the areas we are falling short, and then we would find out that relationship is sweet and then it is beautiful. All right, have I helped you today? All right, please give me your feedbacks in the comment section. Did you learn something? Do you have further questions or clarification? Let me know what you learned as I leave you guys for today. I'm so glad I was able to do this today. We had a great time in Ekiti State University in our blaze, and we thank God. If you've not seen the video or you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, this is a good time to subscribe. All right, there are a lot of things that we have here that will be a blessing to you. My books are also available and they will bless you. Thank you very much for the feedback. Korede says, mutual tolerance is key if love will grow. Beautiful, great things learned, sir. Thank you very much. Who else? Just give me some feedback and then we're good for today. Let me know how it helps you. All right. Let me know how helpful it is. If you have a question, I can also take 1 or 2 questions very quickly. Okay. Of course, at other times, I'm going to do videos, all right, that would not be on relationship. All right, there are many other issues, all right, I'll be raising and, addressing. But for this season, I noticed that many of us need help in these areas. That's why I'm laboring in that direction. Okay. Any more questions, feedbacks, conversations, comments? So like 30 seconds, and then we'll be good for today. My wife's prayer and Bible study journal is still available. If you want to get it, still available. If you want to get it, still available. If you've not read this, my book on sexual purity, you're missing a lot. This is my book on sexual purity. If you've not read it, you're missing a lot. Very good book. It's a blessing to many. I think you should get it and bless people with it. Having challenges with sexuality and some of those things, sexual purity, you want to overcome certain addictions and things, that book would bless you. All right, in the absence of any question and conversations, I want to say thank you everyone for joining, and please do well to share this video with your friends and family. And at subsequent times, I'll come up again to share thoughts, to give answers to questions, and to bring perspective on various issues. Thank you very much for making time to be here, and God bless you. Now, I noticed that it's like some people's streaming is slower, so I want to wait a bit. All right, because I'm checking it, I'm finding out some maybe network. So let me just wait a little, and then we'll be good. All right. So while I'm waiting, let me just give announcement. A quick community church is where I pastor by God's grace, and we're in Akure, Ondo State, Nigeria. We meet on Sundays and on Tuesdays. Our mandate is reaching the lost and equipping the saints for the work of ministry. And so if you're in Akure or you're visiting Akure at any time, Equip Community Church is a place to be. And you'll be so edified and grateful that you joined. All right. Our camp meeting is coming up December 20th to 23rd. Here in Akure also. The theme is transformation. It's going to be powerful. I'll be sharing deep things. My wife also will be ministering, and a few other ministers in the house. It will be a blessing, a time of sweet fellowship, a time where we'll eat, we'll fast and pray, we'll eat, we'll have fun, and we'll have heart-to-heart talks. It will be a very deep and in-house close mentoring session. So if you're available, feeding is free and accommodation is free by the grace of God. But we have limited space. So if you want to join us, do well to reach out on time. Okay, that's it. I think I can go now. Check your video. Are we on the same page? Is yours slower also? Just in case someone is following. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay. Thank you very much for joining, my friends. At another time, I will come your way. Please do well to be subscribed and keep following. God bless you.